Hello and welcome to York News, a brief look at what's new and what's happening in York County. I'm Gail Whitaker. Coming up on this edition of York News, explosives bring down 2 structures at the Plains facility.
We have the annual regional economic update.
Up first, the Board of Supervisors held its regular meeting on Tuesday, October 6th. At the meeting, the board received a presentation from Greg Grutendorst, Chief Economist with the Hampton Roads Planning District Commission.
Don't overwhelm the legislature with a very long list of things that won't get their attention.
The board discussed its 2016 legislative program, which is a request sent to the General Assembly containing a list of items the board feels are priorities for the county and its citizens. Sending this list to the General Assembly is an important part of the legislative process, and having the information to the Assembly prior to the session beginning in 2016 provides ample time for our requests to be reviewed.
This year, after 2 work sessions with the Board of Supervisors, we decided to take a strategy of a short but sweet list of high-impact items that we wanted to call to the attention of the members of the General Assembly that represent York County. In particular, we're leading with 4 very important items. And honestly, if the General Assembly can make a little bit of progress on even a couple of these, it will be very important to the citizens of York County.
So this is a special treat.
The first one is state funding for education. Over the last decade since the Great Recession, state funding for education in York County and throughout the state has really been quite weak. The second priority is figuring out a way to widen Interstate 64 between Richmond and Williamsburg. It's probably the single most important thing we could do for our economy, whether it's tourism, whether it's the military, whether it's the port, or frankly just for the quality of life of our citizens and recruiting new businesses to the area. Also, something that's on the list is, for whatever reason in Virginia, cities have different taxation rules than counties. And we don't understand why, for example, a city can have a cigarette tax and the county cannot. So we would like the same taxation rights as cities in Virginia. Honestly, whether we would decide to do that or not, it should be the decision of the citizens and the Board of Supervisors of York County, not left to the discretion of the General Assembly.
Motions and resolutions under Rule 59 are now in order.
Our 4th high priority item that the Board of Supervisors put in our package this year is simply to say no new unfunded mandates. Don't put them on us without talking to us first. And if you are going to consider one, at least put the bill in the hopper, start the process at the beginning of the General Assembly session so that there's time for the counties and the cities of Virginia to react to the legislation and communicate back to our legislators on whether or not this is something that is reasonable for the local governments.
Citizens are urged to follow the General Assembly when the session begins in January. Following the discussion of the legislative program, the board approved both items on the consent calendar, which were minutes of a previous meeting, and the issuance of bonds to refinance the existing debt of the Peninsula Metropolitan YMCA and finance additional improvements to the YMCA's facilities in Middlesex and Richmond counties. The next meeting of the Board of Supervisors is scheduled for Tuesday, October 20th at 6 p.m. in the boardroom of York Hall. There is one public hearing item on the agenda, which is a request for a special use permit to authorize a commercial stable on 3 parcels located on D'Alba Lane and Seaford Road. The Planning Commission is recommending approval of this special use permit. Public hearings begin at 7 p.m. For more information about the Board of Supervisors meetings, call the County Administrator's Office at 890-3320. The Board's complete agenda, including all supporting materials, is also available on the county's website at www.yorkcounty.gov. Board of Supervisors meetings are retelecast on WYCG-TV on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 11 a.m., 7 p.m., and 11 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday at 3 p.m. Programs scheduled for 6 p.m. on the board's meeting dates will be preempted by the live meeting.
You guys are going to have to take it just like everybody else is going to take it.
Meetings are also available both live and on demand on the web. WYCG-TV programming on the web may be reached by logging on to the county's website and then selecting WYCG on the home page. We had a close call within the past week to 10 days when the area was in the potential path of a serious hurricane. While the hurricane thankfully turned out to sea, the area was impacted by another storm system that brought rain and heavy tidal flooding. Areas impacted included Seaford, Dandy, parts of Dare, and the Yorktown waterfront area. While we were very lucky this time, it's an excellent reminder that we should all be prepared for any severe weather situation that may come our way. For preparedness information, please visit www.readyyorkcountyvirginia.com.
1 minute.
This weekend, residents in Seaford, Dandy, Waterview, and Dare areas may have heard the demolition of 2 structures at the Plains facility, formerly the refinery.
We're in the red.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The 2 structures, a coker and a cracker, were old and unused and needed to be removed. Using explosives, the 2 structures were brought down within seconds. Plains coordinated the demolition with members of the Sheriff's Office and Fire and Life Safety to ensure the demolition would not put any citizens at risk.
Public count right there. Okay. And then your protected count as well.
The York County Voter Registrar's Office received new voting machines several weeks ago. The new machines will be available for voters to test drive this week and next.
I don't think that there will be any real substantive differences. It is very similar technology to what voters are used to using. The Electoral Board will be conducting an open house to introduce these voting machines at Yorktown Library on October the 15th from 4 to 7 and October 22nd from 4 to 7, and at Griffin Yates Center on October the 20th from 5 o'clock to 7.
You can put it any way that you want.
These machines are a newer generation of machine, and there's a paper ballot to back up every vote, as opposed to the previous system we had for voters with disabilities. They would use a touchscreen machine. With this machine, there's going to be a paper ballot for every voter. Most voters will not notice any difference with these machines. They will be filling in bubbles to mark their choices. They will be able to just vote normally as they're used to doing for the past couple of decades.
Absentee voting for the November 3rd election has begun in the county. For more information, please call the Registrar's Office at 890-3440 or visit the website www.yorkcounty.gov/voting. Yorktown Market Days extended its hours on Saturday, October 10th to celebrate autumn with a fall festival. This Market Days Fall Festival had extended hours until 3 p.m. Activities included face painting and children's activities, hay rides, pumpkins and mums, chef cooking demonstrations, and live musical entertainment. Although the weather was cool and a little damp, it didn't dampen the spirits of those who attended the festival.
It's turned out great. I mean, the weather's turned. It's a little chilly, which is great. It gives us a fall feeling, and people are coming out and enjoying it. So we're real happy that the weather's not raining on us.
Carrot cake is our specialty. That's what we're known for.
More than 40 vendors and local artists participated in the October market. There are a couple more markets available this year. For complete information, visit www.yorktownmarketdays.com or call Parks, Recreation, and Tourism at 890-3500. Registration for York County's youth basketball program is open now through October 30th. Youth in grades 3 through 12 may participate in boys or girls only leagues. Children in grade 2 will participate in a specially designed instructional program. York County resident parents may register a child for $50 and enroll additional children for $45 each. For complete registration information, call Parks, Recreation, and Tourism at 890-3500. The 234th anniversary of the American and French Revolutionary War victory at Yorktown is Monday, October 19th. The National Park Service has scheduled several events, including a parade, commemorative wreath layings, and patriotic exercises. Several streets will be closed to all visitors with the exception of residents and their guests from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information, call the county at 890-3500 or the National Park Service at 898-2410. And finally, all York County government offices, social services, public libraries, and the Waste Management Center administrative offices are closed on Monday, October 19th. The courts, cooperative extension, VIPSA composting facility, drop-off centers for garbage and recycling, and the transfer station are open that day. Garbage and recycling will not be affected by the holiday. That's all for this edition of York News. Please join us on October 28th for the next edition of York News. Until then, thanks for watching.